lesson is to help you through your math book, 8th graders 9.1 through 9.3. If you've been having any difficulty with that, I just wanted to clarify what they're asking you to do. It's transformational geometry, so it is all about when you take a shape and you change something about it, whether it's its size, its orientation, or its position on the paper. So if you move it one of three ways, that has a different name. The first type of movement is translation, which is simply if you take an object and you move that object somewhere else. As long as you don't change how big it is and which way it's pointing, it's just a translation. And you can think of the phrase, slide to the right. And then you know it's a translation if you just moved it. Okay, second one is reflection. If you reflect something on any axis, down, side to side, diagonally, if you flip it on that axis, it's a reflection. And you can think of the phrase, I'm in the upside down, ah! The third one is rotation. This one might be the easiest. But if you put a point anywhere on the shape and turn it around that point, it's a rotation. Now you could have all three of them being done to an object, or you could have one of them being done to an object. For instance, if you take a shape, you slide it, you flip it, and then you rotate it, you've done translation, reflection, and rotation. So transformation is whenever you take a shape and you change something about it, size, orientation, or just where it's flipped on the page. Hey guys, I'm going to teach you how to move or translate a 30, 60, 90 triangle, which is a triangle with 30-degree angle, 60-degree angle, and a 90-degree angle, from one place to another. So I'm going to teach you how to use a protractor, which is this fancy little tool right here that has all these angles all the way around, from 0 all the way to 180, which is half of a circle. A protractor is just it's a tool that's half of a circle. We also need a ruler, and I happen to find one that's clear so you can actually kind of see through it as you're working with it. So I'm going to assume that you have not used one of these, so I'll start at the beginning. If you have, great. I'm going to start by drawing the base of my triangle. I'm going to make it, let's say, 4 inches. So when you measure on your ruler, you put your pen or your pencil on your starting point, and you measure till you get to your destination, and then you stop. Okay, that's the base of our triangle. Now we need to make sure that we have 90 degrees, and this is how we tell that we have exactly 90 degrees. You're going to find the center, so this is going to represent the center of your circle. You place that right over the edge of your line, if you guys can see it, right there. And then make sure that the 180 lines up perfectly with your other line. And then you're going to find the 90 degrees right here and draw a dot. You can also draw a dot right there. Now you know that the line from here to here is 90 degrees from the line here to here, and I will connect those two dots. When you're connecting dots, put your pen or pencil on the dot, line it up. Put it on the dot down here, line it up, make sure it's still lined up, and draw down. Now you know this is exactly 90 degrees. Now you need a 30-degree angle. We're going to make this our 30-degree angle. So same thing, find your origin or the center. Make sure you don't use the edge of the ruler or the edge of the compass. Most compasses have, I'm sorry, this is a protractor, not a compass, excuse me. Most of them have a little hole that you can use to line up. So line up the hole here. Line up the 0 over there, it's nice and lined up, and then you're going to find the 30-degree mark. Yay, right here, 30 degrees. Right there is 30 degrees. So then you're going to take that 30-degree mark, put your pen or your pencil on that mark, line it up over here as well, and draw your line. And you're going to draw all the way across. Notice that we have extra. That's okay. You know that this is 30 degrees and this is 60 degrees. And that is how you use a protractor to find which angle you need to draw. So you know this is exactly 90, exactly 30, and exactly 60. We're going to just move this triangle over without tracing it. So first we're going to measure the base. We're going to do the exact same thing. Let's measure the base. Let's do 4 inches. So let's just move it over 4 inches. We're not going to rotate it, so we need to make sure it's parallel to our first line. So if we had a graphic, we would know it's exactly parallel. Again, not rotating, that comes in, draw a line. Find 90 degrees, so go your protractor over the top. There's 90 degrees, in a little hole. Well, right, you can also find 30 degrees, just unsee switch right here. And then 90 dots. Here's our 30 degree angle. Here's our 90 degree angle. And now we have translated a 30, 60, 90 triangle just over there. It's not rotated, it's not a different size, it's just the same shape moved over. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to reflect a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Reflection just means you're flipping it along some kind of axis. The first axis we're going to flip it on, I'm just going to use a 2-inch one. So we're going to draw that 30, 60 degree, 90 triangle. We're going to reflect it along an axis. I'm going to just pick an axis. I'm going to say we're going to reflect it along this dotted line. Which means we need to measure how far it is from that dotted line. Oh, it's about, could use inches. Let's call it a 1/4 of an inch. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, it's about a 1/4 of an inch from that dotted line. So that's where we're going to start it. 1/4 of an inch from that dotted line. And now we have reflected our 30, 60, 90 degree triangle along this dotted line. This is our axis. Now we're going to rotate that triangle. We're going to rotate this. This is our third option. Let's pretend we're going to rotate it on this axis. This is going to be our point of rotation. A point of rotation can be actually anywhere. You could rotate it on this point of rotation and it would simply spin around that point. You could put a point of rotation here and it would spin around that point. You could put a point of rotation in the center and it would spin around that point. Now we've rotated this image over by 45 degrees. So it's the same shape, same size, it's just rotated over. There's our new 90, 30, and 60. So now you've learned about 3 ways to transform an image. You can translate it, which is just sliding it over. You can reflect it, which is just flipping it a different direction, or you can rotate it, which is spinning it around a point of rotation. Hope that helps you guys.